Okay, so I'm going to quickly run you through the timing demo. And what timing is basically, there's three things that the computer needs to do to complete a cycle, basically, of the game. First of all, it needs to read the keys that are being pressed and whatever input there is. And second, it needs to take that information and make a correct decision about what it should do with physics. And thirdly, it needs to draw the result onto the screen. Now, the computer is able to do that at a very fast rate at the moment. When I'm not recording, it's rocking at 750 frames per second, which means that the screen and the physics and everything's been updated 750 times per second. Humans can't really track that kind of difference. Visually, we're much better at identifying when something is moving. And the standard frame rate for a good game is 60 frames per second. So if I can keep above 60, I'll be very happy. I've heard that pro gamers can tell the difference between 60 and 100 frames per second, but I can't, and this is not going to be a pro game. This is just me having fun. So if I keep it above 60, I'll be happy. Now, the thing is, I don't need to check the physics every frame, every time I'm updating the screen. I only need to check it maybe 20 to 30 times per cycle, and it will look and feel as if it's being checked every single second, every single frame. And that means that I can cut down on the processing power to the CPU when I'm having to do physics, because I only have to do it 25 times instead of 750 times, which means the computer can spend more time rendering and reading imports, which means that the game looks and feels more fluid. Now, the second thing I need to do is, you may notice that the actor is kind of twitchy and blurry. Ignore this bumping around for a second. That's a artifact that's been introduced because now the actor is moving much faster, and I haven't implemented sweep testing yet. So when it's standing on the edge of a vertex, it just flips out, and I'll deal with that soon enough. What I'm going to do with next, if you can see, watch the actor very carefully, you can see it's kind of shuddering. It's not moving constantly, and the reason for that is because it's being redrawn right now 270 times per second, and depending on what other stuff's happening in the background of the computer, the frame rate changes slightly. So it actually moves at a non-uniform rate. So to fix this, I need to introduce a delta fragment, which is basically a measure of how much time has passed since the last time the thing was rendered. Then modify the distance that it's supposed to move by 1/270th, whatever the frame rate happens to currently be, so that it moves a fraction of the intended distance per update. That will make it have a nice linear, smooth movement, and all will be well. So that's what we're working on next. After that, I will look at the artifacts that have been introduced, such as this going straight to the floor business. And I know basically what that is about, but I just haven't got around to dealing with it yet. So we'll fix the rendering, and then we'll fix physics. Let's throw you off the edge of the cliff. Yes, goodbye.